Hello, beautiful. I hope that you are well. Cody, founder of Montarbo Skincare, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin. And if you love this info, please subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I've been wearing sunscreen a little differently because I'm always obsessed with technique and getting my sunscreen to really work and every product to work a little bit better. So I'm going to show you kind of how I've been doing it so that I absolutely know that I'm protected, because I was dealing with some PIH here. It's a long story, but it's finally looking better. And I also just was realizing that I'm not in the sun all that much. Like, sun usually never touches my face, but how I was applying my sunscreen was a little sloppy, to be honest, and I was a little rushed. I don't know if you can relate to that. So I'll show you how I apply my sunscreen for daily use. Okay, so for daily use, I use my popular, very famous for acne prone skin, doesn't cause oil, doesn't cause congestion, doesn't cause a breakout, daily moisturizers with sunscreen SPF 30. And what I do, I already put vitamin C on my skin in the last video, so my skin is really, hydrated. And what's great about this is it's not thick or greasy or, it's not gross. So I put a little bit on my hand at first. So this is just for every day. So I'm putting about a pea-size amount, and I put it in my hand like this. And then I just kind of sit here and I put a little bit all over, and I'm not really, obviously I'm a little messy about it. But the first pass is really, and you get your neck, behind your ears, your hairline, the back, okay, everywhere. So that's the first pass. That's just enough to kind of get all the crevices, kind of, so to speak, okay? And then now I put in another pea-size amount, maybe. And now I put it in the areas also that I get a little bit more sun, like here, driver's side, like this, my ear. And then I start to kind of tap it in. This sunscreen's amazing because it's micronized, so it just kind of doesn't have a white cast to it. It just absorbs into the skin. We have actually a lot of athletes using this, people that bike, professionally, athletes that swear by this. I'm trying to get it into a body sunscreen as well. All right, so that was 2 times that I applied the sunscreen. So that second time is really getting a thicker amount on my skin. Now I'm gonna take my amazing tint, which is always what I'm wearing. That's why people, I think, say my skin looks as good as it does. It's because of this, girl. Without the light and the tint, girl, you would probably be like, girl, you in the skincare industry? I put 3 pumps and I just mix it in my hand like this. It's a universal color, so it's got to be blended together. And it can act like a makeup if you apply more. I put on my forehead, my eyelids, and then right in the center of my face. Now, do I look a little greasy right now? Yeah, but it'll absorb. Okay. Now there's different percentages of different types of SPFs in there, so I'm fully protected. Now I'm gonna do one more pump and kind of use this as a spot treatment for even more sunscreen in certain areas, like here, my driver's side, this side, and then my forehead. So that tint, you can do this with any sunscreen. You can just put it on like this and then put a tint over it to cut down all of that white cast from sunscreen, which is so gross. So that's pretty much how I wear my sunscreen every day. I feel a lot more kind of greasy right now because I just did a vitamin C video and I used way more than I normally would without letting it fully absorb. But this will absorb into my skin, and then I'll probably just tissue off some of this after I've let my sunscreen absorb for 15 minutes. Sometimes I'll put a dash of like little powder on there, even translucent powder, just to like make sure I cut down some of that greasy look. I always look a little greasy, like a tweaker a little bit, and people are like, oh, I don't mind it. Some people are bothered by it apparently, which is totally fine. I'd rather be a little greasy looking than like super bone dry and it's my skin and I don't really care what people really think about it, because I have to live with it and look in the mirror every day. So anyway, that's how I apply my sunscreen on a daily. If you have any tricks up your sleeve, I'd love to hear about them. And now if you're gonna touch up your skin during the day, people will ask, do I need to apply it every 2 hours? If you've put enough sunscreen on your skin, like I've showed you, and you've layered several different ones, including at the end, if you put a makeup on that has SPF 30 and everything else had SPF 30 in it, you should be fine. Maybe you do a little powder sunscreen during the day, but I don't think you're gonna need to apply every 2 hours. I think that's ridiculous and unnecessary and just not very practical. So if you apply enough on at the beginning of the day, that should last you all day, unless you're working by a window or something, or you just want to be cautious because you're going to go for a walk on your lunch break or something like that. But it's always about applying enough the first time and applying it in every crevice and applying more in certain areas. So you're really just making sure. Think of your sunscreen, it's a drug. So think of it like a drug. You got a prescription for an antibiotic for 7 days. Do you just take it whenever you feel like it, whenever you want to? No, you take it as prescribed twice a day for 7 days. So same as with sunscreen, it's a drug. And so if you look at the back of a bottle of like a body sunscreen, a big 8-ounce bottle, it'll say to use 1 ounce of that, which is like half a shot glass or more. And that's 8 applications then, okay? And to apply every 2 hours, that's because you're out at the pool or you're swimming or whatever, apply every 2 hours. But for day-to-day stuff, if you apply enough during the day, if you apply enough in the morning, you should be fine. But if you don't, you got to realize that sunscreen, it's a drug, and it's very specific in how it needs to be applied so that you get the benefit from it. If you just kind of do whatever you want, whenever you want, and just apply some over here, apply over there, and blah, blah, it's not going to really give you the results that you want, which is to not only have your skin not be aging, but also skin cancer. So I'm just saying. Anyway, I hope this video helped. If you have any tricks up your sleeve on how to apply sunscreen so that it looks great and fresh and doesn't feel cakey or heavy, please let us know below. Remember to always stay gorgeous, and I'll see you soon in a new video. Bye.